going down, you guys? It's your boy Super Saiyan MMA coming down with what feels like a little something, I don't know, but either which way, here we are as I kind of was hoping I'd do, and that is Deivoson Figueiredo versus Moreno 4. That's right, 4. Never thought I'd ever see a fourth fight between these two guys. You know, the first time they fought, it was a badass fight. The second time they fought, that was a badass fight. And then, even though it was just kind of short, but the third one was really good. And then, of course, there had to have been a fourth one. Only this time, Moreno came in with the interim belt. That was when Davison got injured, and then they made an interim belt between Kai Kara France and Brandon Moreno. And if you don't know much about Kara France, dude's a badass. He's from City Kickboxing, which is the same team as Israel Adesanya. And this guy knows how to fight. And Brandon Moreno went in there and just kick after kick after kick was able to, get the W. And this set up the fight between him and Deivoson Figueiredo for the fourth and final time. Now, why the final time? Well, this is a really hard weight cut for Deivoson because he's a pretty big dude. He mostly walks around with a lot more weight. And so, a lot of my questions were, how was this weight cut gonna affect him? Because you can only do so many of those weight cuts before it starts affecting you, especially as you start getting older. So, that definitely was a big question when it came down to Figgy. But Brandon Moreno, he once in an interview mentioned how he wanted to see how Figgy would react with the fans being on his side this time, because he said that he felt the pressure when he fought in Anaheim, which we all know SoCal is pretty much Mexico. So he felt like he was fighting in his homeland when he fought in Anaheim. And he said he felt an intense amount of pressure with the fans being on his side. I guess it was a lot riding on him. And he thought he had that going for him going into Brazil. He felt like he had no pressure, and you could see it right off the back. The boos were there, the hecklers were there. Moreno just looked focused. He looked like he was out there. He was ready to have fun that night, and he was on a mission. And you could definitely see it. He displayed that really, really well. He was landing really great combinations, a really great 1-2 combination that kept landing. He was quick at catching Figueiredo and winning the grappling exchanges. And even though Figgy would throw some submissions attempts, Moreno stayed really calm in there. The first one was the guillotine after an inside trip by Moreno, and it landed him inside a guillotine. He just stayed calm. He knew not to panic. And then I believe there was like a heel hook attempt as well. Again, he stayed calm. It was towards the end of the round. He didn't panic, and he was so determined to unify that belt and become the flyweight belt. And you could see it in the way how he was moving, as opposed to his last fight, where he just remained right in front of Figgy for some reason and was trying to counter and fight like that. But in this one, he had a very good side-to-side movement going on, which made him a moving target, and we all know a moving target's a hard target to hit. So I thought that was really good, and then landing that 1-2 combination that just kept landing over and over again, instead of just trying to just do the whole jab thing that he was doing in the last fight as well. And he didn't throw as many kicks as he did against the last fight versus Kara France, but the ones that he did kick, those definitely counted. And he also was really good at level changing. I saw Figgy doing it too. Figgy was landing some really great body shots. But third round starts and Figgy looks really fired up. And that was until the eye got fucked up. Now, a lot of people were questioning this, whether it was an eye poke, and I believe even Henry Cejudo came out and said that he thinks the glove might have cut Figgy, which, to be honest with you, it looked like a clean punch to me. As far as did the glove cut him, I'm not sure. I can't tell from any angle. Maybe you guys can. So if feel free to comment down below. Let me know while you're at it. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Super Saiyan MMA. I mean, that's what's up, you know. That's what you got to do. Anyhow, so the punch lands. I believe it was a clean punch. And, you know, the fight ends between the rounds. The doctor takes a look at it, even though the corner was like, hey, you know, now you just got to fight with one eye. And I thought that was badass. Figgy was down. He didn't care. And the doctor looked at it, and that was it. That was the end. There was nothing else to it. And Brandon Moreno, I believe, performed really, really well that night. And Deivoson did as well. But I don't see Deivoson's style changing that much. It seemed like the game plan has always been the same. You know, the dude has great knockout power, but those weight cuts, like I said, that takes a lot of that away from you, drains you. And with a guy like Moreno, whose weight cut is probably not that bad, and who's, you know, a vet in the sport, it was just going to be a really rough night for him again. And he knew that the guy hasn't fought anyone but Moreno. You know, that goes to show where Moreno is at, what level Moreno is at. And he was the better fighter that night. You know, and got to give hats off to Deivoson, because he's now leaving the flyweight division and he is going up to the bantamweight division. And if you know anything about the bantamweight division, that's where my boy Chito Vera fights. Can you imagine a fight between Deivoson, Figueiredo, and Chito Vera? Or a fight between Peter Yan, Corey Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, Rob Font, Aljo? I mean, any of these guys, you match him up against Deivoson Figueiredo, and he's got a really great shot in beating them. Not only beating them, but beating them probably really decisively. I don't think that weight cut's going to be as intense. He's going to be really fired up. You know, sometimes you just need change. The dude's been fighting Moreno for the past 2 years, it seems like. I don't know. It's just the way it is. But, you know, it was Moreno's night, and despite the crowd booing and throwing whatever they wanted his way, you know, you gotta give credit where credit is due. And I know that the Brazilian fans are fanatics, MMA fanatics, and I mean, aren't we all? That's why I'm talking about it, right? So, you know, you guys are intense, and I love it. I really do. But anyhow, this is it. This is Moreno's legacy right here, sealed up. He finally beat Deivoson, and now what's next for him? Well, anyone really. Anyone can bring it. I believe Moreno's going to be there for a while. The next fight that I'm looking forward to is Islam versus Alex Volkanovski, and we can't not talk about that fight, because that is going to be one badass fight that's happening February 12th in Australia. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait to make a video. That's going to be my next video. So until next time, you guys take it easy. Peace.